Okay. Bands. Well, you've had a few bands. What makes a band a good band for you?
Oh, that's such a broad question. A good band.
Okay, well,
I mean, a good band is a good band. You know, when you're working with people who can play and have a good chemistry. I think that's the most important thing. A good, what you call a band. You know, a group that functions as a group is really about similarities in taste in music. A mutual respect for each other as far as what they do as musicians and as people, you know, and a chemistry that works, just like a good football team, you know.
And how long can you keep that fresh, a band?
Well, I mean, I think a band is fresh as long as it's inspired, you know, as long as creating new stuff is exciting. And as long as everybody has a certain appreciation for one another and a certain amount of respect for one another, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, I think what really frays the edges of a band is when people start to forget to be considerate to the people they're working with and stop respecting the talents of the other individuals and maybe become to that point where, you know, you start thinking, oh, it's just about me, you know, something like along those lines.
Yeah, and is it for you, well, will there be another Velvet Revolver album? Because, well, there are talks.
Yeah, I mean, no, there's been stuff going on sort of behind the scenes, on and off for years, trying to get that situated. But we have to find a singer in order to do anything, and so that's really the next logical step, the only possible next step, and so that's what we've been trying to do.
Okay, so no Scott Weiland then? So no Scott Weiland for this new album?
No.
Okay, well, this album, when I go to your recording history, there's been maybe a quiet time span between 1995 and 2004. Because, well, you've released your Slash of Snake Pit in 1995, in 2000, and then your first Velvet Revolver album in 2004. What did you do in those time frames? Did you play much? Or
I did a lot of playing. I did a lot
live playing.
A lot of sessions, a lot of live. I think I for the most part, like Snake Pit came out in 1995, right?
Yeah.
And so toured on that for a while, and then went back with Guns N' Roses for about a year, and then after that, then I put another band together, which we didn't end up going in the studio until 2000, but I did a lot of other stuff in between. So I was just sort of very vagabond, just sort of, I think more than anything, sort of enjoying my freedom and a lot of having a good time. I mean, all things considered, the '90s is a little bit of a blur for me.
Yeah.
So there was a lot of partying going along. I met my now wife back then, so there was that whole thing going on when she and I got together, and then in 2002 is when Velvet Revolver really started, and we went through a long period of looking for a singer, and then finally ending up with Scott. And then by 2004 the album was out. So it was pretty busy, but just not a lot of stuff available for sale, let's put it that way.